Hey, it's year one, day 33. So all of the boards are on the floor essentially. And right now I'm working on the deck. And then, so something I need to plan for, I need to adjust my plans for, because I'm using 2x6s for the deck. There's a lift right there. So that means when I put the door in, I'm probably not going to cut the bottom plate to put the door. I'm going to put the door on top of the bottom plate, which means I need to frame for that extra space so that the deck doesn't get in the way of installing the door. I've also put an insect mesh. So there's tape on top of the joists, which help protect it from water over time. And then there's an insect mesh there so that the insects can't come crawl up from under the floor. So that if I decide to screen in the porch later, then in all directions it will be insect proof. The dimensions are almost perfect to put all these in. When I laid them all out, there was about a 1/2 inch to a 3/4 inch gap that was left. So what I'm doing is just starting from the outside, I'm using a nail to just kind of add a little bit of space between the boards until they get tight. So the space is going to be on the outside, which I think makes more sense because that's the most likely place where the water is going to get in. So it'll have extra drainage options. And then as it gets closer to the middle, it'll get tighter. And it will just be more stable, which also kind of makes sense because if you're spending time on the porch, you're probably spending time in the middle of the porch more than the sides. So there'll just be a little more support. So that's what's going on. Puppy's enjoying his new hiding spot. Other than that, nothing really crazy. That's just kind of what's going on. So I'm hoping by end of day today, I can get the deck done. And then tomorrow I can start framing. And I did a little bit of prep work for framing yesterday, but because of the adjustments here with the deck height versus the subfloor height, I need to adjust the height of my my common joists. And so there's about 6 or 7 of them I cut already that are going to be too small. So I'll just use those for like the support arms around the windows where I'm gonna have to cut them anyways. So no big deal. So yeah, finish the deck today, and then hopefully I can get the first wall up tomorrow. And because the dimensions of the platform are 12x16, and I can't really lift a wall any bigger than 10 feet, I'm actually gonna build the long sides 8 foot and 8 foot. So there would be 2 half walls essentially, and then I'll join those when they're up and try to get them aligned nice and good. So yeah, that's really it. Ciao.